Deep-rooted conversations, real talk, real roots, real us, souls. Soft rain, no middleman between the truth. I can see it in your eyes, you got it. Pain got your heart moving cautious. Different worlds with the same kind of scars hit. Different roads, but somehow we still crossed it. Mad cause the world never listened right. Mad cause your truth always turned to fights. But every time you speak I hear the hurt inside. And every time I talk I'm trying to heal. Everybody got a headline. Everybody got a side. Everybody got a verdict before they looked inside. Yesterday you wore a halo. Today they paint you black. Funny how the loudest voices never wanna take it back. A father's just a father, a son is still a son. Love don't stop existing when the cameras start to run. Truth don't move on feelings, it don't bend with the crowd. Sometimes silence speaks the loudest when opinions get too loud. Maybe we all see the world through the scars we've earned. Maybe every bridge we cross left another lesson learned. Before you build a villain, make sure you read the whole page. Cause every story got another window. Every picture got another frame. One man's hero is another's lesson. Nothing ever stays the same. Before you judge what you don't understand, walk 'em out where they've been standing. Sometimes love wears a face you never knew. Sometimes the truth needs another point of view. Spotlight loves the conflict, the comments feed the flame, turning real life families into somebody else's game. One interview can change it, one sentence shifts the tide. Now everybody's asking what was hidden all this time. Maybe strength ain't always shouting, maybe grace is letting go. Maybe healing starts the moment you admit what you don't know. Don't make me your hero, don't make me your blame. We're all carrying pieces of a story with no frame. If the truth keeps unfolding, will your heart still stay the same, or will you?
Welcome in, everyone, and welcome to Same Soils, Different Roots. Tonight, it takes a villain to understand the actions of other villains. Have you ever noticed how quickly we create heroes and how much faster we create villains? One interview, one clip, one headline, and suddenly the internet has already reached its verdict. But here's the uncomfortable question. How many of us are searching for the truth? And how many of us are simply searching for confirmation? For years, LaVar Ball has been called everything from the greatest sports father alive to the biggest distraction in basketball. Some celebrated him, others condemned him. Now, as Lonzo Ball shares more of his own perspective, people are asking whether the story was ever simple as we wanted it to be. Tonight isn't about someone's innocent. It isn't about proving someone's guilty. It's also something that's much deeper. Why do we become so emotionally invested in choosing heroes and villains before the full story is told? Because sometimes it takes someone who lived through the manipulation to recognize manipulation. Sometimes it takes someone who's made mistakes to recognize mistakes. And sometimes the people we call villains recognize patterns long before the rest of us do. The real question isn't whether LaVar Ball was right or wrong. The real question is, why do our opinions change only after someone else give us permission to change them? Welcome to Same Soils, Different Roots, and let's get this thing started. We got a different category for you guys tonight. We're going to be starting with the very own new topic called Deeper Roots.
The internet keep running his mouth, we will come and set the record straight. This is why we have a pod ball in the family. You know what I'm saying? We're coming to you live and direct.
All the answers.
We're going to cut through all the noise, all the bullshit, rumors, and speculations. But before we get into it, how's everybody's week?
I was cussing in the intro. I feel great, man. How you doing, Demo?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Hey,
you know, the sun came out.
Some important as of late.
You know, that's stuff to take care of, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Vic too. Victor.
Victory? Yep.
Victory lap.
Wealth. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay.
How are y'all, man? What are y'all watching? What y'all listening to? What's going on?
Watching Love Island.
Okay. Who's your number one?
House of Dragons.
Hold on. Who's your number one?
The Boys.
Hold on. Who's your number one? Who's your number one couple right now on Love Island? Let's hear it.
I'm a big Kata fan, so she's carrying.
Kata and Zach.
She's Braun.
Respect.
Because Zach, I don't know, I do. I'm pretty sure we all know that the internet's been in an uproar about the situation. I'm going to touch on it briefly. First and foremost, I want to say I love both my parents, but the situation that is put before y'all is not how it went down. I'm not about to get into all the details, but long story short, my mom didn't want to leave. She was quote unquote, damn near forced to leave. I helped her leave. I'm glad she left. She's in a great spot. Shout out to Dip. Put her up nice. So she's good. My pops is good. They obviously don't fuck with each other, but I fuck with them both. And she was not wrong at all. She did not leave him because he lost his foot. That's a myth that was put out there. What else have I seen? I don't know. But my dad did a great job raising us. My mom did a great job raising us. They didn't work out, and it is what it is, man. They both doing well, and I love them both. We can move on now, unless you want to say something.
Well said, Duke.
So there you have it, man. That's Lonzo Ball on his show. They have a podcast with him and his brother. As y'all have seen, Jello had nothing to say. He agreed with his brother. So, because silence is also a mission that you agree. Before we get started and get on this topic tonight, y'all bear with Rain. She's having some technical difficulties. So if y'all see it go off, it's okay. We're going to hold it down. So appreciate everybody who's here already. We got the International Sco in the building. Mario's in the building. Jen's in the building. Little Penny said he's been waiting for this. So Rain in the building, as y'all can see physically and in the chat. And then we also have Ridget in the building. Shout out to Ridget. R. Kelly might made it. What's up, Tom? You never know. How you doing, big dog? Shout out to the new person in the chat. Is that Jurley or Jury? Jurley Cames. Shout out to you. Said prayers to the Ball family. What's good, Flip in the building? How you doing, big dog? We'll get to the rest of the comments in just a second. But as y'all seen in the video with Lonzo Ball, he gave his spiel, totally different from his father's spiel. Totally different, not even nowhere near each other. Two totally different spills on things. And me and Rain talked about this on last week's show. We also talked about it again on the No Middleman. And then finally, Lonzo Ball came out with his side of things. And if you guys haven't checked out the thumbnail today, I always tell people it takes one villain to know another villain.
Mm.
And if y'all paid attention, myself and Plug, not call it Plug a villain, I can only speak for souls. But Plug also agreed with the whole sentiment that, you know, nobody just leaves after 30 years. Nobody just jumps up and say, I'm gonna leave you because you lost your leg or things of that nature. So I'm going to let Rain speak first because there's also been a lot of videos of people backtracking what they said. You have people like River TV who didn't backtrack, but she tried to change the narrative and kind of make it seem like it's a mama's boy type of thing. Like people trying to make their sentiment flip, just like we are. We're going to do the same thing, right? We all are trying to justify our size of the token. But Rain, what was your thoughts on this after seeing everything that's been going out?
Well, I did say on our show that I didn't know what went on behind the scenes, and I didn't watch the series, the Ball series, like you had. So I didn't have like an in-depth like knowledge of what may have went on behind the scenes. I did say that I felt that LaVar did love her, that he was a stand-up dude. Of course, they had to have some kind of structure in the home the way their kids turned out, 3 NBA players and whatnot. So
Yeah.
he probably had, I said this, he probably had a strict program, you know, but seeing her sons or their sons speak on it.
So that just dropped Rain off. So we'll let Rain finish up her sentiment once she returns back. It's just been her computer, guys, but it's okay. So the thing I wanted to take in today and talk to you guys about today is my boy Classic. Shout out Classic. I don't know if he's watching just yet, but shout out Classic. Classic said something in the chat last week, and he said, like, Souls, how can you compare yourself to LaVar Ball? And the reason why I said I could compare myself to LaVar Ball is because for 10 years of marriage, I was a horrible husband, but a great father. And I'm starting to realize something as we are on the internet, as people continue to create content, is that we all see things from our own lenses, which what makes content so amazing. But there's another thing that people don't recognize is that once you were a villain, you could recognize other villains. And villains doesn't mean a negative thing, in my opinion. A villain to me is someone who shows their hand. You know who they are. You watch any type of Marvel or any type of comic book. When you think about a villain, the villain already tells you who they don't like, who they're going after. They're trying to attack this person every episode. They go, like, you know who the villain is. And I think a lot of people, I'm almost starting to disengage from people saying that, like, when men get hurt, they go into their villain arc. I don't think men go into their villain arc. I think men go into a form of defense. They call it a villain arc, right? Because it sounds more manly. It sounds like something that people can carry or take on. But I don't think they go into a villain arc. I think they actually go into a defense posture. So then they close out people. They don't want friends. They want multiple wives. They want multiple girlfriends. But when you really look at somebody who was a villain, right? When you look at somebody who played the part of somebody who was not a good husband, but was a great father, and from the outside looking in, everything can look like roses, right? We can understand different narratives that other people can't understand. And that's why I always say it takes a villain to understand a villain. Just because you might have villain tendencies or villain rhetoric doesn't make you a villain. That just makes you a person who actually understands being hurt, and then they become grounded. So that's one of those things that I'm trying to, like, explain to people today, is that it takes a villain to know a villain. And, like, I'm not praising being a villain. Like, I don't want people to think that, but I do praise transparency. And I think a lot of people go through life judging things off of what the society deems as appropriate behavior or appropriate outcomes or appropriate to whatever makes you feel better, so that you can make your argument feel good, right? Because like when I watch somebody like River TV, right? River TV makes great content, but she makes content that supports the man's point of view at all times. So when she comes back and talks about Alonzo Ball's point of view, of course she's gonna push the goalpost to make it seem like, well, this is just Lonzo supporting his mom, and that's what a son's supposed to do. No, the son. Why isn't Alonzo's Ball side just as real as LaVar side is? Everybody took everything LaVar Ball said as the gospel, as the Bible. But the moment the son comes out, we're now judging what the son has to say about his mother, moving on, and his mother not wanting to leave. And I just wanted to talk about it tonight from the understanding that it takes a villain to understand a villain. Like you can't. I can see things from a certain perspective from certain people because I used to be that person. So again, like if you would have seen my family on Facebook, Instagram, you would have seen us in public. We look like the Brady Bunch. You know what I mean? I had a beautiful daughter, like she's flourishing in life. Like I had all these things, but behind closed doors, I was a horrible husband. So I know, and if I wasn't, and see, I'm in a different world. I know this might be too much for some people, but I'm in a different world, right? I chose to separate from my spouse. So again, I know that person probably would have sat through 30 years of horrible marriage. You know what I mean? Because some women are built like that. A lot of women are more built than we think. Like they'll suffer through a lot. And I know we get the rap for that a lot too, right? We hear a lot of people say, oh man, men will stay through it all and support the family. Yeah, you get a lot of that. But we also don't know how that man is living. That man probably staying because that one wife is the one that deals with his BS every day. Like there are so many other sides of the token that we don't speak about because it's not popular for content or it's not popular for people to understand. And that's why I said I knew from the get-go, like, nah, she left because she wanted something better for herself. And what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? That doesn't make him a worse or better father. He was a great father. He got 3 sons into the NBA. That's a great father, guys. You can have different titles and be great in different areas. Some people are great fathers. Some people are great husbands, but horrible fathers. Like some mothers are great mothers, but horrible wives or girlfriends, like all that type of stuff. So I feel it takes a villain to know a villain. I think a lot of men think they're on their villain arc, but you're not really on your villain arc. You're defending yourself in a defensive posture. So now you look at women from the worst case scenario and all that. No, it's because you're now defensive because you've been hurt. Again, I never been cheated on. I never been hurt by a woman. So I can't really always have the point of view that other people have. You know what I mean? And the one terrible lady I experienced, I sat in that for too long. So I can't even blame that person. I sat in there for too long. So that's what I'm saying. When you start to think about life and think about character, we really need to start looking inward instead of outward. And that's why a lot of people don't always understand my stance on everything, is because I'm speaking for somebody that has experience in these areas. So, and welcome back, Rain. You're back. Welcome back, Rain.
I'm on the phone, y'all. I'm on the phone. I had to do what I had to do.
Welcome back. Welcome back. What you got to say before I get to the comments? I know you were speaking before it knocked you off.
Yeah. So, I will say that what got my attention though is when he said that she was dang near forced to leave. It makes me question, like, what issue was it that was going on that where she was forced to leave? Did she really want to stay there? Did she really want to work it through? So that was something that sparked my had my antennas going up, wondering like what's really going on behind the scenes. But for him to say, hey, I'm glad she did too, so he must know exactly what was going on behind the scenes, saying that he was glad that she left. We don't know every conversation. we didn't know every disagreement that was going on or every circumstance that happened. And, we can't dismiss his experience either because he got firsthand of everything that was going on. So for him to even acknowledge this and say that, hey, because everybody was getting on Tina saying, she left him while he got his foot cut off, and he nursed her back to health. But unless we see the full picture, we really can't say, hey, she should have stayed, or that man helped her out, she shouldn't have left, type deal, or she left when he got his foot cut off. It's tough, hey, if she feels like she's in a better situation than what she was in, and she did, I think that she stayed long enough, to get her sons through, out there. She did her part, probably most likely as a wife and a mother, in the household. And maybe she was a great mother, but not a great wife, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that, she played her part, and not necessarily played her part, but she was good at what she did, for those years, protecting her sons and getting them, in assisting LaVar and getting them being successful and whatnot.
Yeah.
So hey, hats off to her. If she feels that she need to go, then go.
Yeah, I agree. And
Yeah.
tonight I want everybody to understand that again, I'm only defending my stance, right? Because
Yeah.
it was very unique because as I started watching everybody respond to Lonzo Ball, like everybody who came out with their own perspective of it, saying that like one way, they all moved the goalpost to make their stance stand, right? I'm just modeling the same thing, right? I could still be wrong. Not all of us can be wrong. None of us know, only they know. But I also
Hmm.
wanted to turn this into very educational content because I think a lot of times we speak from the positions we're in. And if you've never been that person, you don't know. Like if you never won a championship at the NBA level, you don't know what it takes to get there. You might be a hard worker, but you can't tell me how to get there. But if I'm a man who used to be very dominant in my relationship, in my marriage, and I knew how to put on the performance to make people think that we have this Brady Bunch life, but I know behind closed doors, I'm this drill sergeant that's hard to deal with, a-hole, very sarcastic, but my children are also something that I love and I support them fully. I can see both sides of it. So that's the only reason why I have my side. I'm not saying my side is the only right side, but I'm just conversating from the point of view of it was funny to see everybody not respect Alonzo's opinion, but judge his opinion. But we never judged LaVar Ball's opinion. We literally went straight to that woman's ungrateful. He was a great father. See, women are insane. Like that could be true.
He nursed her back to health.
Yeah, he nursed her back to hell. He left because of a leg, and then his son comes out with his other brother there and literally says like, "Nah, bro, like that's y'all got it wrong." And I'm gonna tell you this: if they all friends, they all grew up together. None of them debated Lonzo. So right now it's 4-1. It's 4-1. So I don't know now if LaMelo comes out with his opinion, maybe we'll hear his. But right now, 4-1 is saying they agree with what's going on. So, I mean, he even shouted out the dude who put his mom into a crib. Like, I mean, why doesn't Lonzo Ball's voice has the same type of respect that his father's had? That's my thing. And before I get to all the comments, Classic has a great question. This is probably one of the best questions I've seen. He said, how does one tell the difference between a real villain arc versus a trauma response? Because that's a big statement for somebody who never been through with these 304s. That's the reason why. So to answer your question, that's the reason. That's how you can tell the difference, right? Because you just answered it in your own question. The man who went through it is the one who's responding from a trauma. The man who was the villain is not responding from trauma. He's responding because he was the person in the position who probably gave other people a trauma response. Like that's very simple. Like the person who's the real villain will be the person who didn't have to deal with trauma to now create who they are. You got to think like your trauma response only is trauma because you went through it. So it's a response to your trauma. A real villain actually is a villain. They created the trauma for other people. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. But I do feel that he's a great father. That's why I said like he's a great father, but a great father doesn't automatically equal a great husband. So I'm gonna go through the comments here. We appreciate everybody tuning in, man. A lot of people been tapping in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go follow Soft Rain over at her channel as well. Don't forget to. She'll be on the collaboration as well. So when y'all see this on the rewatch, make sure y'all tag both content creators. Lil Penny said, "Is LaVar Joe Jackson Ball?" I don't think he was that type of father. I don't think it was like. I think he ran a strict ship. But I don't think he was one of those guys that like was going to a whole nother extent to get his boys where they wanted. Because if that was the instance, they wouldn't be balling to this day. They would have kind of made a choice separate outside of that. Shout out to Ridge. Ridge said 3 boys touched 100K at once. That's the best start of the race. What else could you want? Good. I like it. I like it. He said he hyper. Lonzo. Tom says, "Souls, I can't wait for tonight. Nobody has a problem with mama being crack fiend. I got more. See you tonight." What? Mama being a crack fiend? What's up? He said, "What's up, Soft Rain?" Richard said, "Preach." Richard said, "Preach." Appreciate you, Richard. Appreciate you, Richard. I appreciate you even enjoying the content, big dog. Means a lot. I know you're a deep thinker, so it means a lot. What's up, Flip? Flip said, "Character development." Yeah. Penny said, "I honestly think people don't understand the price of structure. People villainize the custodian when it doesn't bear fruit or has negative consequences." I like this, Penny. He said, "But it still puts pressure on partners that don't understand the price of pressure or of structure because it is dedication to the plan despite emotions." And Lil Penny, that's what I say that a lot too when it comes to mothers who have children already. Because when a mom finds a man who has a strict program and they already have a child, it can be very difficult to find love because if that mom is not like as hard or structured as you are, and then they son or daughter got to walk into that environment of like hey, this dude tripping. You know what I mean? So
wait a minute.
I definitely agree with that, Penny. It is some sacrifice. They both got to make sacrifices. But I will tell you this, just because you make sacrifices doesn't mean you have to stay alone for the whole ride. I think that's something we don't tell people either, because we talked about this, y'all, back on Save the Youth. Y'all seen that man who ended up killing the kids and trying to find the girl, baby mama and all that. He stayed too long. He made the same sacrifices. Sacrifice doesn't mean you have to stay around. You don't have to be a fool. He said, "Horrible or too stern?" If you were talking about me, Rigid, I was horrible. But when it comes to Ball, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just pushing my thing. Classic said, "Shout out to Rain and the War Room." Mario said, "I like the fact that he didn't talk bad about either parent. He gave respect to both." A lot of people gonna miss that though, Mario. A lot of people gonna miss it. I like that you've seen that. Mary said, "I'm there in that I was a horrible wife in my marriage, but I'm an amazing mom." See? Hey, shout out to you, Mary. Love it. Love the transparency. Love it. Love it.
Now, and then can I say this? Me not being a wife as of yet, and I may never be, but maybe. I'm not for certain I understand how women can be an awesome mother, but no, I guess I don't know how that doesn't align. Like if you're an awesome mother, then what are you missing with being a wife? Because it seems like that.
It's the same thing, though, right? It's same as a great father can be a horrible husband. It's the same thing. It's the same thing because she probably didn't have all the tools in her toolbox. You see what I mean? Like she might be saying she was a horrible wife because she didn't understand that she should listen to her man, or that she should be submissive, which we'll get to that later on. Like it's little things, right? Like just because I said I was a horrible husband, that could be like 2 or 3 things that were just hard for that ex-spouse. You see what I mean? It doesn't mean you just an overall horrible person. You see what I mean? But
Right.
like when
Okay.
certain people can't deal with certain things, but we'll let Mario answer that for herself. I don't want to answer for Mario.
Okay.
Mario, you got to answer Rain. What's up, my guy? No ego.
No
You missed the
ego.
sports show, dog. You got to go watch the rewatch. He said, "Good evening, all my good people." Tom said he never said my mother took care of my father when his leg was cut off, and sometimes kids can be biased towards their mothers, and there's nothing wrong with that. I can see it both ways. That's what a lot of people are pushing. Lil Penny said, battle of publicity. LaVar platform versus Zoe platform to defend his mama. Classy said, Alonzo ASS is protecting mommy, and most likely his dad blessing too, so do so. Okay. He said, whether she left or got put out, she did something wrong and she's not free of guilt. Okay. Ted said, of course, Alonzo protect mama. What's up, Tez? Tez, congratulations, man, on your 28K, dog. Big shout out to Tez, dog. Classic said, bye, Tina. Ridges said, who made divorce? Marriage shouldn't even exist then. People playing with vows. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Ridge. I see what you're saying. That's so funny, Richard, because I do want to do a deep dive on that, because I was listening to Delano Swire's book, The Vanishing of the Black Family. And I'm going to tell you something, Richard. A lot of traditions in marriage were actually created by slave owners. Like that jumping of the broom and all that stuff. That stuff happened during slavery. I think a lot of marriage things that exist today, they're hard to take on because people don't understand those sacrifices that people made. But I'll probably talk about that once I finish the book. No Ego said, reports say that LaVar wanted to give his wife rehab himself. He didn't want physical therapists and nurse in the house. Anyone who follows LaVar knows he believes he can't do anything without help. I agree with you, No Ego. That's what I was saying about his show. Yeah. He said, I don't mind being the bad guy. I welcome being the bad guy. Let's see here. Little Penny said, honestly, I think something was done wrong. It was just time to, he don't think something was done wrong. I think it was time to let go. The system did the job. Now there is an empty nest, nothing to proceed with. That's what I said last week too.
Yeah, you sure did say it.
I
Those
said
exact words.
I said exactly that. It's an empty nest, dog. A job well done, both mother and father. Now they can move on with their separate lives. I agree with you, Penny. Class said, all of it is true. He was a great father. Nobody appreciate the rigid nature of a great man until he is dead. He says, souls just separated them, and now you are making one byproduct of the other. You can't do both. We kept the files. If that's how you feel, class. So we appreciate you being in the chat, big dog. No Ego said, that's why Alonzo said she didn't want to leave. She was basically forced to leave. Again, that sounds like a LaVar move. Yeah, No Ego. Everybody gonna look at it different. I appreciate you being optimistic and being somebody who can be objective and at the same time. I just think everybody's gonna have their own opinion on it. Villains are actually heroes. Remember that. LaVar Ball. Hold your head, boy. Plug said, preach. They don't want to listen to the sermon. Plug. Some of these people are just sinners. Ridges said, see people who had a dad who was in them hard. Curfew at 8 p.m. type, low key wanted that. Oh yeah. I think most boys desire discipline. That's something that I learned along my military career, is that a lot of people want structure. They just never had it, but once you provide it, they can proceed. Plug said it depends on the child or the young person when it comes to the degree of discipline. That is true. Let me see here. Little Penny says sometimes the structure a parent puts on a child creates a standard that the other parent isn't prepared to live up to. Penny, you hot tonight. You own it tonight, Penny. You own it to you own it tonight. Man, I'm about to take this chat and create a show. Richard
Mm-hmm.
said different relationships, one with kids, one with husband. I can see that.
I can see, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maria said she's answered your question, right? She said, because I was busy trying to run the house, make sure all my kids were straight, but I forgot that I also got to give my husband that time.
Okay.
You see
I
what I
got you.
mean? Yeah, she wasn't just overall horrible, but she knew where she missed the mark. So shout out to you, Mary. I like that. Plug said when it comes to marriage, it's discipline and degree of commitment. Sounds like tolerance. Ted said, "Thank you. Shout out to you, man. That was amazing, dog. When I seen it, I was like, what? So congrats, man, again to Tez. Richard said, yeah, it might be because kids gone, they became new people and didn't feel the same. That's deep, Richard. That's deep. Sometimes you do lose who you are when you become. Well, I think Rain can answer that better. As a mom, sometimes I think women can lose who they are, and I think fathers can do it too. I see a lot of fathers who they used to be active, and then they become the dad who's sitting at every baseball game eating hot dogs and stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Classic says, so now the course of marriage is until the kids are grown. If that's how you interpret it, nasty work. Richard said that was great, Penny. He said the kids are adults. Well, back to the streets. Wild work.
Classic.
Yeah. He said definitely tolerance, my boy. Yeah. LaVar made the mistake on the show of talking to Tina like the boys. Penny, a lot of people didn't watch the show, dog.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't watch the show, but if you watch the show, you've seen it coming. But again, man, shout out to them, man. Only thing I would say is give Lonzo the same grace you gave LaVar.
I wonder if they would have maybe sort of kind of went to counseling or tried dating again after the kids were gone.
Counseling. He didn't
Yeah.
even want a PT therapist to come help his wife back.
I know, so that would have been a no go anyways.
Yeah.
But maybe they should have tried dating again, dating each other again before after the kids left. So
He said, I'm not interpreting. I'm listening to thy words being said. Shout out to Classic, man. Shout out to Classic, man. Always keeping the conversation moving forward, man. So this is a very good segue into another segment of Deep Roots, guys. This next segment is gonna be in 3 different videos. And I'm gonna pose a different question in each video, but it's all the same video. Y'all know how TikTok does it. So we're still in the deep roots portion, but root number 2 is a real couple, a real discussion. What are you looking for? So we have it here from TikTok. It says the side of submission you don't get to see. So I thought this was awesome. And I even went and looked at the rest of her TikTok. This is her. Like, this is not somebody who like recorded something so that people can have this whole, like, she's been doing this her whole time. Y'all know me. I like to make sure people ain't just doing something for a click. But this is really how they communicate. And maybe if more people communicated like this, you wouldn't leave after 30 years. Who's to say? So the first question is going to be, what are you looking for? I think Classic is going to have a time with this segment. I'll tell you. So here we go, y'all. So let me start it over because it wasn't loud enough, but she's trying to talk to him about getting into the work field. So that's the kind of the overarching thing. And it sounds like they had the conversation before. So listen very clearly to the man as well.
can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Mm-mm.
Can y'all hear it in the chat? It might be different for you if you're on your phone. I don't know. Can y'all hear that in the chat? Y'all let me know. Because if I need to. Let me stop sharing.
Penny
Yeah.
said nope, no volume.
Okay, let me reshare it again. Thank y'all. Thank you, Rain. Let's see here. Share. Boom, boom. All right. Y'all let me know now.
No, it's a wrap for that. Don't.
Can y'all hear it now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all should be able to hear it now. So here it go.
Can we please finish talking about what we were discussing earlier, please?
About that working shit? No, it's a wrap for that. Don't even bring that shit up.
I don't understand why. Like, when I met you, I had dreams, I had aspirations. I have a degree that I'm not
Keep
using.
dreaming. We here now. You don't have a care in the world.
It's not about not having a care in the world. It's about having something for myself. Like, it's you and the kids.
What do you need
and that
outside
is
of us? Like what you looking for out there?
It's something for myself. It's
like
something
what?
for myself.
You keep saying that
like
you ain't saying nothing. What do you need for yourself? That a job is going to get you that you don't already have. You have money in your account. You don't have a bill. You don't have a
It's
car
not
note.
about the money.
You want to contribute? Your contributions in the house. You take care of the house. You cook. You clean. Because it's starting to sound like some other shit. And
it's not something else.
That shit ain't happening.
It's not something else. It's me having something for myself.
It gotta be a
outside of you and the kids.
A whole different life if you think that's.
Babe, it's not like I don't even understand how we got there. Like, I literally am just looking for something that I have for myself. And I'm not even listening to what I'm saying and how I feel.
You talking some bullshit.
So you just want me at home. That's not that's not the life that we planned. We didn't plan that life. When we met,
planned to have a happy family, stress-free. What don't you have out of that? How are you putting?
Can we please finish talking about what we were discussing earlier, please?
About that working shit? No, it's a wrap for that. Don't even bring that shit up.
I don't understand why. Like, when I met you, I had dreams, I had aspirations. I have a degree that I'm not using.
Keep dreaming. We here now. You don't have a care in the world.
It's not about not having a care in the world. It's about having something for myself. Like, it's you and the kids.
What do you need
and
outside of us? Like what you looking for out there?
It's something for myself. It's something for myself.
You keep saying that you ain't saying nothing. What do you need for yourself? That a job is going to get you that you don't already have. You have money in your account. You don't have a bill. You don't have a car note.
It's not about the money.
You want to contribute? Your contributions in the house. You take care of the house. You cook. You clean. Because it's starting to sound like some other shit. And
it's not something else.
That shit ain't happening.
It's not something else. It's me having something for myself.
It gotta be
outside of you and the kids.
A whole different life if you think that's.
Babe, it's not.
So we're gonna stop there. I wanted y'all to be able to hear the beginning of this. This is gonna be a great segment, y'all. This is gonna be a great part. I'm really interested in hearing what Rain has to say about this conversation, and then we'll go to the chat after each conversation, and I'll give you guys my 2 cents on the conversation. So, what you got, Rain?
I mean, maybe he's saying that she has everything she needs. So he doesn't understand why she needs to go outside and find something for herself. Maybe she has lost herself along the way. And she doesn't find the fulfillment in being a mother and a wife anymore. She doesn't feel that fulfillment on the inside anymore, being that wife and mother. I don't know why, if everything's being provided and there's nothing for her to go seek, or obtain for herself as far as like financial wise. I don't understand why she would need to step out and do something different. But maybe she's not feeling fulfilled anymore in that aspect of being a mother and being a wife.
And okay, we love that answer. Can you give us the first season of No Middleman Rain's old answer? No, because I want, because it's only you the only woman, so we got to hear both sides,
Yeah.
right? So we heard your side. That sounds perfect on the chat. Now we need to hear what the old Rain would have thought of that, for real, of that conversation.
Well, you know, I mean, no, I don't think it would have changed any too much.
Okay.
Because obviously he gave her a safe space to be submissive because she's been fully submissive. She's put her dreams and aspirations to the side to be a wife and to be a mother. So obviously he curated that space for her. So in doing so, if that space was curated for her and she felt comfortable enough to put her stuff to the side and not need to or feel the need to be independent. I don't think she wants or she's feeling the need to be independent. I just think that she wants something else besides motherhood and wife duties. She's not being fulfilled anymore in that aspect. And listening to him, she's brought this up several times to him. He doesn't want to hear about it anymore. He's given his thoughts and his answer to it. And it's maybe there's something that they should have talked about when they first got married, you know. But I don't know if she had her degree before. I'm assuming she had her degree before they got married. Because she's saying, hey, I've got my degree and I'm not even using it. So I'm assuming that she had it before they got married, and that's something that they should have talked about before having kids and whatnot. His desires as far as, or to see what their household looks like, you know. So I mean, I think she's not being fulfilled anymore as far as her wifely and motherly duties. Now, I will say this, and I don't know how old their kids are, but I will say this. I think that if it were me and um me and my husband did have this discussion about me being a wife and a mother only, at least until the kids are out of the nest, you know, that'll be something that, you know, I would have to fulfill in that aspect. So, but when the kids are out of the nest, then I would hope to revisit it again and see, you know, what I could do to fulfill my whatever I'm missing in that area of outside of being a wife and a mother.
Okay. All right. So we got money in the chat for the
Money.
classic.
Dad. Classic. Oh, we talk about money? Get money. Let's talk about it. My money look different now. When I talk about 50, used to be $50. I'm talking about 50,000. Gotta move a little.
Could y'all hear the song? Because Rain saying she can't hear it. Can y'all hear the song? Y'all gotta let us know, man. It sounds like StreamYard be doing its own thing today. Can y'all hear the song? Oh, nobody can hear it. Oh, see, Richard can hear it. They can hear it.
Yeah. My maneuvers is in it now. Ain't trying to get spotted at all. Too introvert to be in the crowd. I'm low key at the Coach store buying plain Janes, no logos. When you spend as much time on the boat as I do, you ain't really got a showboat. I got my own brand, wear my own clothes.
Shout out to B Class Music, man. Y'all can catch him over on all platforms, including SoundCloud. He said women are loyal to their emotions first. Respect yourselves, kings. Respect yourselves. So I'm gonna bring you guys a different angle, guys. Tonight I want to slowly walk us into what mental health looks like. And the reason why I say that is because I think sometimes we only listen to what we want to listen to. And in this situation, so like if I was a counselor in this situation for these two, you have to ask the question, Why does the husband not answer the wife's question yet? And that's what I think we're starting to fail when it comes to communication. We could say she's insatiable. We could say that she's ungrateful. We could say that women are so emotional. But I heard a question at the very beginning or a statement that was not addressed. She said, this is not what we agreed upon when we first met.
See? Yeah.
And I want to start talking about these conversations more because I know a lot of times we talk about it so it's clickable and that people can feel good about the conversation. But we have to understand that conversations aren't one track. Mm-hmm. This conversation became one track. They keep having the same conversation because no answers are given. She brings up a subject and you bring up questions. How can you have a conversation when both people are asking a bunch of questions? What bottom line are we trying to get to? Questions? like we're asking questions with questions. And I think it's something that we really have to start. And I'm not saying that like she might not be ungrateful. I'm not saying that he's not, again, he sounds like a great man, right? Because he asked questions too, and she didn't respond. So it's not one way. They both not responding. He asking her, hey, I gave you this. What else do you need? She hasn't answered it. But also from the clips, it seems like there's no room to answer. And I think this could be giving off a bad side of submission. Because her side of submission is just, I'm just going to be quiet then. But then y'all are having a conversation and no one's answering any questions. So y'all are going to revisit this again every car ride? Like every car ride? You're going to revisit this every car ride? So, I don't know. So we're going to keep listening to each segment. I'm giving y'all a viewpoint from like a therapist or something that a counselor would ask them. Not Soul's point of view. I understand. I probably agree with 90% of what the chat is saying, but I also think the conversation has to be had, and the conversation is not being had. Because she starts off with an initial statement that he fails to acknowledge, and then he comes over that statement with 3 or 4 questions that she just doesn't respond to. And then she goes into, well, I got a degree I don't even get to use. A simple question is, if you were really having a real conversation or they talked about it before, that would sound different. Yeah. He would have said, hey, you talked about your degree before, but you remember when we got married, you said you were okay with. Like, where is the justification that either one party agreed on one set thing? So
it seemed like too that there's been talk about this several times before. So obviously he's not answering her question as she would like. Either he's giving her an answer and
it's not even that. It's not even that. It's just both of them aren't answering. From what we're seeing, they're both not answering, right? She's shutting down.
Yeah.
He's very calm. Like his tone is not even disrespectful. Like he's very calm. He's just acting very calm. Like he's very calm. You don't think he's
he has some bass. He has some feeling in his voice.
Has some bass. He's a man.
But I'm saying
y'all tripping. You tripping now.
he has some toot in his voice, just a little bit, because he irritated with her, the fact that this keeps coming up.
But it's still a respectful tone.
Okay.
In my opinion. That like he still ain't going like, I can't believe you ain't.
No, he didn't get that. He didn't go that far, but he was firm in what he was saying.
Yeah. We're gonna go through these chats and we're gonna play y'all video number 2, y'all. We're gonna play y'all video number 2. Mary said a lot of women don't want to stay married to a dictator. Penny said, yeah, but the like of eggplant without the rules. Okay, I see what you said. He said, oh, nope, no volume. Okay, got that. He said, he bold to have that conversation driving. He's emotionally intelligent. He's not getting too high. He can have it. Classic said women want a man until one shows up. Jen was saying no, she couldn't hear it. Richard said, I'm doing something. This is funny. At Classic, Little Penny. She's plotting to exit, brother. When when you have her put up and she wants to work, she also wants to leave. This is going back to kind of the LaVar Ball situation, right? We're assuming that's what wants to happen. We're assuming. Respect yourself, King. Get out of there. Show how that good single mother life hits. I don't think she's asking to be a single mother, guys, from this one clip. Turn her world upside down like she's asking. Y'all trip. Y'all. Ted said he need to bounce. No, he can't bounce. Y'all just got mad because Tina bounced after 30. He can't just bounce. Oh, okay. I guess because he got both of his legs, he can bounce. Little Penny said, sounds like she's saying the terms of engagement were violated. I get submission, but he didn't lead with it. Penny listening. Penny, you might got some counseling in your background. You a good listener. He said, LOL, you on some other ish. That showed what he said. She don't want to be in a relationship. Uncle Play said, so many women will want her life. Man, it's very unique that y'all think this. This chick will let go so much pushback from women who's working a job she hates. Maria said, I understand where she is coming from. She wants to feel fulfilled. When they met, she was getting her degree. Plug said, insatiable at its fullest. Penny said, no, he sold her the team strategy and not the lead and follow. See, Penny listening. Penny listening. Maria said, when the kids leave, will their marriage end or will she feel cheated? It's hard to say right now, guys. It's hard to make a big assumption on that. Little Penny said he flipped like a light switch because she wasn't moving fast enough. Her working could be costing him $17K head of household. Got to get them good taxes. Plug said if she wants something different, take a Zumba class. LOL. He said co-sign. Yep, they could hear it. They could hear it. He said, yeah, the song came through. Appreciate y'all. Jen said, I think the relationship dynamic plays a part. A woman may feel isolated. Oh, I didn't see this, man. Shout out, man. We got more money in the chat.
Close, you a swear to God, I got it out of Soho. I had a baddie, made me think about a ring, but I seen with the ring did the Frodo. I be in New York. Thought I meant wifey. Clown ate the food off my fork. And he a pig. Class is a vegan. No, I ain't pulling no pork. Play with my heart, not with my pockets. I doubled the score. Do you watch Fox? National TV. That was the start of much more. Envy me.
Shout out to Plug for the super chat. He said, shout out to the chat for all the engagement. Definitely. We're going to have to send a new shout out. Thank you, Jen. Jen said not enough details. He said, here souls come flipping the strip. Hey, no, I'm just trying to give a different perspective, man. I'm just trying. We want to have full-on conversations on here. Jen said, yes. Classic said, she gets a job. He gets a second wife. Deal? Hey, Classic. They both got to answer each other to know. They both got to answer each other to know. Penny said he not asking the question because he's frustrated with her progress as a teammate, but doesn't know how to communicate that she failed and continued the relationship in agreed upon way. I like this, Penny. So Penny understanding what I'm saying, but he also said, okay, they both signed up for what they signed up for. They got married. Now the teammate's not being the teammate they want. One going rogue, but they never led. They led as a team and not as a leader and follower. I like it. Class said, you adding daycare to our bills. You adding babysitter to your bills. Potentially a nanny. Forget all that. I'm going to go ahead, shorty. Be great. Class said she wants to be able to leave if she so chooses. What career path is enjoyable that you are begging to punch out the clock? So this is a great question, Classic. If she's begging to leave, Is it her fault, or is he not a great husband? This conversation goes right into the first conversation, because they have kids, right? He might be doing everything to be a great father, right? Providing them a household, protecting them, putting money in her bank account so she could do what she needs to do, making sure she's at home with the kids. He's doing a lot of good things to be a great father, and you could give him a great provider. But we don't know their full story. He might not be holding his end of the bargain as a great husband. So we have to ask these questions. We have to ask these questions, y'all. Shout out to Mary. She just membered up for another month. Shout out to you, ma'am. Shout out to you, ma'am. Get you some slow jams for that one. Yeah, had to get Mary to them slow jams for that one. Rain can't hear it, y'all. She jelly. She jelly. Mary said he should have led the relationship as a king and made her a queen, not letting them think that they were a team. He let her think she was going to be using her degree, not just staying at home. Hey,
you know what I'm saying? If the agreement wasn't kept up, you know what I'm saying? Like, once the kids get in school, they get out of Pampers, then, you know, you can go ahead and do what you need to do with your degree. Maybe somebody wasn't keeping up their end of the bargain on that one.
Pity said she drank the Kool-Aid like the flavor, and first now she drank too much. Richard said what they want is money and no curfew. Okay. Man, I like this conversation. Classic said they need to stop agreeing to be a wife when their goal was to be an independent man the whole time.
Classic.
Classic said a man doesn't owe an ungrateful woman anything. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, I love y'all, man. I love the chat, man. Penny says she didn't say she wanted to leave, though. See, Penny, you moving too fast. Penny, you moving too fast for him. You moving too fast for him, Penny. That's why I'm trying to slowly. We're trying to slowly diagnose this thing. Everybody talking about jumping off the ship. She unsatiable. I hear a couple who keep having the same conversation because no one's answering any questions.
Questions at all.
That's you know, she keep asking them what that song used to be. Keep asking questions or whatever that was. He said
it ain't coming.
He said, no, you read it wrong. I said, what job is she trying to get that is so awesome that she is begging for permission to go punch the man's clock 5 days a week? We don't know.
She could be maybe trying to get her own practice. She could be doing psychology. She could be doing, she could be like a esthetician or a licensed therapist or something that she can, maybe do part-time throughout the week. You never know what she was trying to do with her degree.
Tez has a good comment here. And Tez, I said that earlier. I said she's giving people the wrong sign of submission, in my opinion. Her shutting down, being quiet. Just because you're quiet don't mean you submissive. So I agree with you, Ted. I'm straddling on both sides. I'm a little lukewarm today, guys. Penny said he not holding his part of the bargain as a husband because he's not communicating. Penny, you moving too fast. You're moving too fast. Ain't what the men want to hear, Penny. So we're gonna move on to route number 2, pretty much /A. Real couple, real discussion. Is she ungrateful? Here we go.
You and the kids, everything you have is provided. All this, you need something for yourself. You sounded ungrateful. And that
how am I ungrateful for wanting something for myself?
What do you need that you don't have? You don't appreciate what you have.
It's not the same thing.
You just got some shit. Now you want some more shit.
It's not the same
thing. Everything that you need. Now you want more. You are ungrateful. That is the prime definition of ungrateful.
I don't think. Okay.
Like, can we be done with this? Can we be done?
Okay.
Like, I had enough of this shit. You sounded crazy. You want more. You want something for yourself. Ungrateful and selfish. You want something for yourself. Am I going out and getting extras? I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided. All this, you need something for yourself. You sounded ungrateful, and that shit.
How am I ungrateful for wanting something for myself?
What do you need that you don't have? You don't appreciate what you have.
It's not the same thing.
You just got some shit. Now you want some more shit.
It's not the same.
You got everything that you need. Now you want more. You are ungrateful. That is the prime definition of ungrateful. Because all this, you need something for yourself. You sounded ungrateful. And that shit.
How am I ungrateful for wanting something for myself?
What do you need that you don't have?
Did y'all hear that? I'm gonna play. Do y'all hear the questions that are still not being answered?
What do you need that you don't have?
All this, you need something for yourself. You sounded ungrateful. And that shit.
How am I ungrateful?
How am I ungrateful?
For wanting something for myself.
What do you need that you don't?
What do you need that you don't for yourself?
Don't have. You don't appreciate what you have.
It's not the same thing.
You just got some shit. Now you want some more shit.
It's not the same.
You got everything that you need. Now you want more. You are ungrateful. That is the prime definition of ungrateful.
I don't think. Okay.
All right, we're gonna stop it there. So again, you clearly heard two questions, one from each. Neither one of them answered.
No.
And when there's no answer, he just keeps flooding with more words. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I was in this situation, those too many words he using, I would have just been driving and listening. Oh, you want to use your degree? Oh, awesome. Oh, have you been see, because as a man, to answer the questions that a lot of the men have in the comments right now, you got to do a little investigating work. So you just, you've been hey, you know what? Since you want to use your degree, have you been putting in for any jobs lately? Oh yeah, babe, I put it. Okay, you've been putting in for jobs. Okay. So in my head, I'm taking a check that she's doing things behind my back already. Okay. Oh yeah. What? I know you said that. I feel like I provide you everything, love. What is it that you're not being provided? And that's how you could gain all the wisdom and knowledge you need by just having the conversation. He wants to be right and feel validated right now as a man, instead of being a more. This is why I always talk, and I know some people are going to disagree. This is why I always speak about emotional intelligence. How do you take a step back and not get in your feelings to defend yourself, but to, hey, okay, she's talking a little reckless. Let me get these answers I need to get answered before I make a decision. We just, our lack of communication today is why people sit around for 30 years before they leave. Our lack of communication and figuring out what's the real root of the problem is why people are harming each other. Y'all just seen Marcellus Wiley, alleged domestic violence case. Like, y'all just seen the week before, Big Tigger, alleged domestic violence case. The week before that, Geno Smith, alleged. The week before that, Dwayne Wade. Every day, I'm just watching a bunch of men putting themselves behind some cages because we just don't want to hear them out. Hear them out. If they don't let that go over your head, hear them out. If a woman don't want to be there, if you listen hard enough, she'll tell you in every sentence she says, and then you can hear her out the door. Oh, that sounds great. Yeah. Well, you keep putting in those resumes, okay? I'm gonna put in a resume tomorrow with a divorce attorney, and you just make sure you have your stuff in line. Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
I mean, like you said though, I can see the submissiveness in her where she does get quiet at times, and she doesn't like push back on his. She's not satisfied with his answer, but she doesn't necessarily push back.
Stop right there, Rain. Okay, y'all, we finna have a true session right here. Me and Rain. So, Rain, from the outside looking in, when somebody shuts down, why is that?
They're not getting the answer that they want.
But why do they feel like shutting down is their only option?
There's no other way of convincing the person that they're talking to any otherwise.
Okay. Y'all see how hard Rain having to think about this? But it's no trick question. I'm just speaking from like if I was sitting in marriage counseling with them, right? And I'm watching them communicate, and every time she starts to talk, she shuts down. That's a red flag for me. I have to now engage, like, okay, why are you shutting down? Why are you stopping conversation? Like, what makes you feel that you can start but then can't finish? Like, all this stuff coming, like, it adds up. Like, this is not something that happened overnight. This is not a conversation about submission at all. This is literally a breakdown of communication where that first question she asked, she said, "You knew this before we got married."
So obviously they talked about it.
But I think he has to throw the question on her is, well, why did you agree to marriage? Why have you stayed? Like, we got to ask hard questions sometimes. Like, and it's okay to have that conversation. Like, why did you stay? Why are you here? Instead of me telling you got everything, I need to ask you, okay, why are you here then? If you really desire to be somewhere else, to be at a job, if this is not where you want to be, why are you here?
She can't just up and leave, though.
Yes, she can. He can let her go.
He can let her go, but she doesn't have the means to just up and leave.
She will. She'll put the system on him. She'll get the house. He'll pay child support.
I wonder how old the kids are. There's just so many.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a deeper it's a lot here, man. It's a lot here. Penny said Rain is doing psychology. She's Rain, if she's doing psychology, she's failing and analyzing him.
Yeah, I'm just saying if she had a like sociology or a social worker or something like that, where she can make her own hours and still be fulfilled in that sense, then maybe, that's what she's looking for. Something just outside of the home. Maybe she needs to just get a hobby.
Okay, that's what
or some homegirls or something, to link up with on the weekend.
I don't from the tone, she can't have homegirls.
No, she can't.
Yeah.
Because he gonna ask like, what you hanging out with her for? Ain't she single? Y'all don't need to be going to brunch on Sundays. Having mimosas.
Who's gonna be with the
kids?
Yeah,
he run a tight program at the house. I can tell that.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
He said, okay, that job is she's trying to do. Mary said this is a conversation they should have had before they got married. It looks like they did have it.
Yeah.
It just didn't end out the way it's supposed to. Penny said Eve from the garden strikes again. Class says she get the job. They are done in under 5 years. Parlay gonna hit. Put that parlay in on the marriage 5 years classic. Ego said random. Is he riding in the back seat? No, I think he's driving. It sounds like he's driving.
Yeah.
Classy said she bet not ever come home and need to vent about work because yo ass could have been at home. He said always need more. She can never vent again. Richard said this is funny. He sounds like he trying to buy her.
It's like he got to convince her again. He convinced her one time, but he had to convince her again. Like, you don't need to be out there. I got this. You're fine. You got everything you need.
Classic. Penny say he taking the under. He going 2. He going 2, not 5. Plug says sound like he wants control. Just Plug, you can't come on this side. You can't come over here, Plug. Nope.
He got it.
No, Plug, you picked your side of the playground today. You said you on the insatiable side. He can't be controlling. She's just not, she can never be satisfied. You picked your side, Plug. No. That's this seat's taken. Hey, that seat's you can't sit here. Classic said he is 1,000% correct. She wants a steady income to secure her departure. She's not answering because she's gonna mess up the play. He explained the definition of ungrateful souls. He did. That's his definition of ungrateful. He did explain his definition of ungrateful. Ridget says she caught off guard. I bet she'll have answers in a different setting. Well, she created the setting now, Ridget. She pulled out the phone. So I don't know.
While they were driving, going wherever.
Yeah. Ted said, I leave. I don't support men staying when submission isn't given. Okay. You laughing? What's that? A feather? No, sword. That's a sword. He said Nino Brown counseled the witch. Jen said total and complete breakdown in communication.
Yeah.
Penny said the problem is he doesn't want to quit her. He wants to control her. And she wants to participate in a different plan. Penny, you're moving too fast. You're moving too fast, Penny. You're moving too fast, Penny. You got to slow down. You got to slow down. He said he wants her to quit. You got to slow down. You got to slow down. Ted said, I've had no woman before I would have no woman before I accept a non-submissive one. Okay. Mic drop from Ridget. Because they are not being heard. Okay.
Both of them aren't, yeah.
But she was talking about why she shuts down that part.
Oh, yeah.
Answer this, chat. If a woman has everything she ever wanted, being sponsored by her husband, he said sponsored. I love it. What does she want to take? Why does she want to take orders from another man for? I'm gonna tag that. We can answer it all together tonight. Mario said, the more he talks, the more she looks like her foot is out the door. Slow down, Mario. Slow down. Jen said, question mark. Ridget said, because they on the spot. Too many emotions to say anything logical. Penny said if she quits, he then can say she left, instead of him having to face taking the L for hiring the wrong support system for his vision. Penny, you're moving too fast, brother. You're in the Corvette. Get back in the Beetle.
Penny been on it the whole night.
Get back in the Beetle, Penny. You're moving too fast. Ted says, secondly, this woman is signing up to be submissive to a boss, but doesn't listen to her husband who already pays her. Penny said, Jen, he's playing devil's advocate. Divorce time. Look, Penny said, no, Rain, no homegirls. That would magnify
the situation. Yeah.
Richard said, wouldn't it be crazy if she was cheating and he know she's easy? Man, y'all coming in tonight. More money, man. Shout out to Classic again.
Are you making another beat, Daddy? And Genius is my dad.
Classic. Oh, we talk about money. Let's talk about it. My money look different now. When I talk about 50, used to be 50.
Y'all, I ain't gonna play too much of Rain getting her feeling because she can't hear. He said, like I said, they want a man until one shows up. Jen said, Rain, in the first season of No Middleman, why did you shut down when the panel challenged your thoughts? Hey, I started. We coming back. Don't worry, Jen. We will be back. We will be back to this program. Ridget said she should have been prepared if she brought it up. I like it. Ted says sometimes there's too much communication. It's time for action. Action effing Jackson. What you say, Ted? Shut up and go. Shut up and go. Plug said no, the second video he was speaking different than the first video. No, but you chose your side, Plug. Y'all, this is what we do in this content space. Everybody thinks one clip at a time. Where everybody thinks one clip at a time. Y'all wanted her to jump the bus. She cheating. She saving up and saving. She got an underground railroad ready to run away. She got all these things already. We could turn out and find out that she finds out he's cheating. We don't know. The internet's different. Penny said Jen about to lose Rain as a friend. Hold up.
Jen cool. Me and Jen cool. She been bringing things out of me since 25. She know how to ask the right questions. Me and Jen cool.
Penny said he gonna lose a friend. Already know Rain doesn't like that.
Like what?
They thought they don't. Yeah. Blood said, "Okay, I give up." He's stupid. Don't give up, Blood. Don't give up. Hey, stay in the fight like she is. He said, "Fork in the road, woman. There's no time for debate." Don't give him that question, Ted. Not the fork in the road, Ted. We seen that go bad on the Queen's codes. The fork in the road. Jen said, "No, Rain will understand why I'm asking."
Yeah.
Rain, be on your own people's. It be your own people's, sis. Dang, Jen. Mario, money in the chat again. Money in the chat.
I'm talking about 50,000. Gotta move a little different. Yeah. My maneuvers is in and out. Ain't trying to get spotted at all. Too introvert to be in the crowd.
So Mario said you have to lead like a king for your queen to follow. Okay. Fight the power. Plug, fight the power. Class said if he's cheating, he should be. All right. All right. I know Classic gonna break it at all time. So that's number 2, man. This is gonna be the last part of the conversation, y'all. This is the last part of that conversation, man. Root number 2, B, real couples, real discussion. Would you be upset? It's the question we have here. So here we go.
I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided. Everything is taken care of already. What extra you need? Ungrateful and it's selfish.
I wasn't trying to upset you. I was just...
We passed that. You wasn't trying to, but you brought this shit up again. So how are you not trying? It feels deliberate.
It wasn't deliberate.
Shit, it sounds on purpose as fuck right now. You need something for yourself. What you need for yourself that you don't already have. Provide and protect, right? I'm holding on my end of the bargain, but you need more. You need some fucking more. I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have. I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided.
So I'm gonna play. I want y'all to listen to this first 15 seconds very, very clearly.
I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided.
So again, coming from a mental health space, you listen to this is how I came up with my conclusion about LaVar Ball. I listen to people's language, not the actions that we see, not all that. Language says it all. I'm going to play it again, guys, with y'all not being able to see it. Listen, first 15 seconds.
I'm doing all the work. I'm working every day. Can I get some extras? No, I come home to you and the kids. Everything you have is provided.
What did he say, Ray?
I'm doing all the work. I'm providing. Me. I'm doing this. Can I get some extras?
I'm coming home to you and them kids every day.
Every day.
Every
I need to
day.
change too. I'm not being fulfilled.
See, and this is
I
why
already gotta be out here in the world with all these other people. And I'm supposed to be coming home to peace, but now I come home to you and the kids every day after I done worked hard all day long on this man clock. And you want to go out here and do something different after I done sacrificed all day long going out this door every day? Man, you ungrateful.
Now, now you turn that on the other foot, if a woman would have said that. So this is why I say communication is so important, because from the first clip, everybody felt she wanted to leave and get out the door. No, that nigga want to leave. Let me say that again. He wants to leave. Just imagine communicating with a person that's responding to you that way. The clip before that, he said, I do everything a man's supposed to do, provide and protect. In the third clip, his providing and protecting became the thing he threw in her face. Yeah. So are you doing that to be a man? Or are you doing that to have something to say back when she now wants to do something different? Why these conversations are so important. Because I hear a man who might become a villain, but I see a man who's sitting in a miserable spot, staying there suffering. But I'm going to blame what the woman has to say every day to make myself frustrated and get my blood pressure up. Might have a stroke. Knowing black people, we got strokes, diabetes, everything. This is why I tell people, you don't have to suffer. He sounds like he's making the greatest sacrifice in the world when he's talking to her.
Yeah.
If that's how you feel, leave.
It's a big old clap of thunder. I'm sorry.
If that's how you feel, that's why I be telling people, man, leave. You do not, I said this in our series, you do not, it's when we talked about what is his name, the rapper, the dude from Wild 'N Out.
Nick Cannon.
No, not Nick Cannon, the dude on his show. That got the girlfriend, they do the podcast together.
Hitman.
Hitman. Yeah. Hitman, same thing. Hitman and Sentiment. I see so many men every day complain about the situation they in and be upset having the same conversation instead of leaving.
Yeah.
Why are you having this conversation? You literally just told her, I feel like you disrespected me. I feel like you did this on purpose.
That's what he's saying. It's deliberate, yeah.
So if you feel this is her nature, why are you staying around? What makes you think this is going to get better? You saying that you provide her everything that she can want.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think this situation is going to get better? And that's the question of today. Why sit around in situations that you already know what the ending look like? So he said, class says, so I hear a man who feels consistently unappreciated and underappreciated. And you know what he should do, Classic? He should go where he's appreciated and leave.
Yeah.
That's why I don't understand men. Sometimes I don't get us. We got to get out of this, man. We sacrificing for the kid. Dog, you can be a great father even when you're not in that same house, dog.
Some men say it's cheaper to keep her.
If you worried about money, get more money, bro. Like, I would not want to feel that way every time I have a conversation with a female. He's beating a dead horse.
So let me ask you this. let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What would be like the real solution to this?
The real solution
One of them leaving?
to this? Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
need to go. They need to separate. Their family vision is not even the same. They're
Not as
not.
it was in the
They're.
beginning. Something changed
It
along the
was
way.
never together. It was the first question from the first clip. This is what you call not equally yoked. Two people under the yoke. One's moving forward, the other one's trying to move back. They're not equally yoked. She said that's not what we talked about before we got married.
So they never stayed on the same vision.
Yes, and then they
His
both
vision
made.
changed, or he agreed to it, but it changed over the years.
This is what I'm gonna tell somebody. Right? Let's say hypothetically, she got her degree, but it sounded like she was doing school when they were getting married.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be the sole provider and protector, babe, stop going to college. Why are you going to class? Why we even have a degree in sight to talk about? Why did I let you go pursue something that I knew I wasn't going to let you do after you achieved it? We got to have the full conversation. Like, we are literally dangling a carrot in front of somebody to keep them around and then say, I know you went to college for 8 years. I know you got your master's. And I stopped you right before you started your doctorate, but I just need you to be a master's degree mother with 2 kids. Maybe his life changed. Maybe his life situation changed. And that's what I'm saying. It could be such a bigger thing, right? When you get married young, we don't know how young they were. Maybe they both were providing for the household. Maybe she was helping him become who he is today. There's so many questions here.
Yeah, we don't know the full picture.
We don't know the full picture, but the few key items you can see and hear is a breakdown in communication.
Of course.
A man who sounds very tired and now is throwing up everything he's doing to justify why she should be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a disaster. That's a disaster waiting to happen. There's nothing good that's going to come out of this. And I'm hoping it's a skit for the internet because it's only going to get worse that the whole world sees it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. So let me get some of the, and we're going to come back to all the tag questions tonight because Rain will be held accountable. She will answer these questions tonight.
I can see the comments well, so if you want me to read some of them.
Go ahead. Yeah, do your thing.
I know you've been talking a lot. But Richard said, I'm crying laughing. Maria said he obviously isn't giving her something. She also said, where is the respect in this conversation? Classic said, this man is very, very aware of the real world. He sounds like he knows exactly what time it is. Penny said he is very defensive for no reason, so I put 500 on that. He has stepped out. Uncle Plus said she is making herself the victim. He speaks like this on the regular, but she wants her own, so she won't have to hear how he's speaking to her almost like a child. Richard said, write her. Ask her if she's safe. Penny said, no, as a man, he could look at it as her saying the kingdom is too small or a challenge to make the kingdom bigger. Muriel said he sounds kind of selfish. She also said, if this is a king, then I feel for his queen. No Ego said, is this a self-loathing tactic on her part by filming this? We can hear his voice, but for clarity, we need to see his face. This looks like a viral chase by her. Hey, I could be wrong. Jen said, there you go, Ray. Penny said she is showing verbal abusive reactions when he is talking because he is unhappy with the situation. Classy said, validate yourself, king. Free yourself from the bondage, brother. Time said, Cinnamon and Hitman holla. Yeah. Penny said, classic, he only in bondage to himself, not her. No Ego says, Souls, you're absolutely right. That brother wants out of that marriage. Hopefully he's wearing his seatbelt. That brother may hop out while the car is moving. Tom said, this is why I say you can give a woman everything, but everything is not enough. Uncle Plus said, I'm going to say this and leave it. All that ish he complaining about, don't nobody give a mess about that ish done. And don't throw it back in her face. And you a man and we do man-ish. Complaining ain't one of them.
He not an FN. Don't give him the FN, plug. We talked about that last time. Don't give him the FN, plug.
Tom says, so that is so true because from what I'm saying, women are choosing themselves and then they're in these marriages. Penny says, Souls, to answer your question, it's pride because we are tough, failure is loss, and men, successful men don't lose.
Okay.
Bridget said he painted a picture of his life, work came home, wife and kids.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Plug said, if you want to leave, then get the F on. If not, be quiet and get the job done and quit making everything insufferable.
Be in.
Classic said, save money and cheat. Let her get a job and do you. Classic said, we roommates and she don't even know it. Tom said, I seen Tia Mowry graduate from her husband and said she was moving on to different curriculum, and that curriculum was the street men got to stop being good men. It don't pay to be a good man. Ted said, yeah, just cheat, dog. Muriel said, this marriage will never last. They are on the same page. One is oil and the other is vinegar. They are not on the same page. Classic said, when she get that job, she gets half the mortgage too because I'm getting me a little condo. Ted said that side thing will solve a bunch of those problems. Classic said, I'm not paying no divorce fees, overly dead. We staying together, go get a job. Penny said, because the relationship started in the building phase when he was looking for someone to build with. Then he got stable and wants to assume a leader follower role. Men don't stay in the same season.
So Penny, me and Penny on the same page today.
Penny been cookie. Well, you ain't Penny. And neither does the vision. Classic said, men appreciate yourselves. If you wait, you late. They gonna love you at your weight.
That's a bar. You need to put that in.
Bar,
you might already got that in the song. That's a bar right there.
Classic said, 8 men definitely throwing every deed in her ungrateful face. Absolutely. She needs a reminder clearly. She forgot who him is.
Okay. All right, y'all. All right, man. So sounds like we kind of 80-20 in the chat. Some people feel that, she's not she doesn't appreciate what she has. I think this is I think that is, if I'm hoping it's just a play. But I think that's probably 85% of relationships. I think right there was probably one of the best examples of what communication looks like.
Yeah.
And what most relationships look like.
So you think what they're going through is like 85% of relationships?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a high number though.
Especially marriages.
That's a real high number. Dang.
Especially marriages. What y'all think? What y'all think the percentage is? What y'all think the percentage of relationships looking just like this, especially marriages?
I think communication across all relationships need to be better. I think we move off assumptions too many times. I'd rather have direct communication any day. I've said that before, multiple times. Direct communication, no innuendos, no, sidebars, nothing that. Just tell me 2 + 2 = 4 and show me how it equals 4.
Yeah.
I got to see it, So Tom said brothers can be like Will Smith, just live without your entanglement, but never loved you from the beginning. I see more Will Smith in this world. Can I see brothers moving on? Oh, and then I see brothers moving on. Penny said, I don't think that's a play from her body language. And he did sound he sounded real, you know.
Mhm.
Uncle Plus said Fever beat the Aces real good. Oh man.
Yeah.
Penny said 90%. Y'all percentage is high. Muriel said that's why marriages don't last because they don't communicate. And then these conversations come up and everything go crazy.
Yeah. I won't say they don't communicate, Mariel. I just think you see a lot of this is something I learned over time, not just something I knew off the bat. As a man, just listen to him. Like, just listen. Like, just let them talk. Gather the information.
Mm.
And I think a lot of men want to have an argument like a female back and forth.
Mm.
Just let them talk. And when you hear what you hear, take it for what you heard. Don't think it was her emotions. Don't think it was something that she was just mad because I did. No, she's telling you how she feels. And you need to choose wisely and act accordingly. If what you hear is what you hear, like don't try to make what you hear something to make you feel comfortable or something that you want to justify this person feeling that way. No, just listen to her. And when she
We
done,
gotta listen. We're here all day, but are we listening?
yeah, just listen to her. When she done, you ask her, "Are you done?" I bet. And go back
Are
to
you
creating your
finished or are you done?
Yeah, you finished. All right, cool. All right. The more emotions you can take out of things, the more clearer things sound.
Yeah.
Once your emotions set in, you're now clouded. You're very clouded when your emotions set in. You got to take your emotions out of it. I've been told that I'm very good at what's the word I can't say when you could put things in different areas.
Compartmentalizing.
Yeah, I heard I'm very good at that. Like I'm talking about even down to my kids, I can take my emotions out of it and say, "Yep, okay, that's what I'm doing." Mario said 95.
95. That's high, Mariel. Richard said he's upset because he got kids with her, so he wants it to be simple. Time says souls. I agree with you, but I'm going to go a step further. I believe it's a little higher than that because women are not in love anymore.
See, classic on board too.
Dang, 98% of women are designed to be insatiable. Like, I'm not gonna beef with God's design. It's pros and cons. I can hear him. Yeah, I had a good red room slash what was that?
But
Nightcap
even
with Ted.
I want to talk about that though, because what Classic is saying here, even in those poly relationships that man spoke about, he still deals with the same issues.
Oh yeah.
More women don't solve the issues for the man. It solves the issue for the other woman, but they don't really solve the issues for the man. But good show. Good show.
Yeah. Mira said, what I mean is in order to communicate, you both gotta actually listen. Yeah. Stacey says, still ain't nothing better than a woman though.
Nothing better than that headache. You better tell them, Classic.
Penny said, expectations for relationships differ from the strategy the further we get from our grandparents' gen because of our options.
I agree with that.
Penny said, when a person tells you who they are, you have to believe them.
You better.
It is. Yeah, dang outside. Richard said, counseling, powerful. I think if you did it before, it prevents a lot from building because they wouldn't even exist.
I think so too, Richard. They wouldn't even be in the situation.
Penny said, no, it's 304s and cons, not pros and cons.
Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all,
Y'all
man.
keeping the chat live. We like it. Yeah.
I thought y'all would like this tonight. This it was a great conversation, man. We'll probably round back out to her on our next episode. Maybe we'll pull up some of her other content or see does she respond to this 3-part series she put out, and we can talk about it. But we're gonna round the night off tonight, man, with Paul Pierce and his girl on the Truth After Dark. Route number 3. Women promote one thing, but they speak another. Here we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what men don't like, right?
Okay.
And I see you and I watch, and I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? I watch the show or whatever, and like you got really valid points, and like I think that you're an attractive woman. I was actually like riding with you, like, yo, let's give her the benefit of the doubt, because that was my manly shame weighing in on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like you can't keep looking at women the same way. Like she's speaking up this and a third. But then like I seen you in a car doing a spin that shit with your ass in the air in an SUV. And I was like, damn, it's not the same person that's on the pod. You know what I'm saying? That's not the ugly man, no money. Spend what? You don't have nothing to spend on.
But also too, I will say, when I go out, I will dance. I love to dance.
You went out, you was in
a car. But the point is if I'm I'm a dancer.
And you put it on your gram though.
To spend that shit dance. Yeah. It wasn't my ass shaking though. I did not put my ass shaking on the gram.
You wasn't
trust
ass
me.
Up, but
nah, they wouldn't. I would never put that.
Like,
I was dancing. The Young Miami posted it. It was like, I remember you comment on that. Because I was like this, spend that shit. But I wasn't my body, my ass. It was literally just me like this.
Well, why would you promote that on your social media?
I love that song. I can't lie to you. Spend that shit was cracking because that's what you saw. Though. He commented on it. I was in the car and I was like, spend that shit. Spend that shit. I was dancing. Young Miami posted it. I added her. You know what I'm saying?
You want to get reposted?
No, I don't care about getting reposted, please. But I don't care about that.
No, I'm not saying that.
But the point is I love the song. No.
What about the man that's watching you on this platform like, yo, this is a bad bitch. This is what the definition of. She know what she doing. And then you go and you're having your fun and you... Because my thing is, I don't post nothing I do in my personal life on social media. Because I might be doing the spin that shit dance with you. I might be spending some money on you doing that shit. But they'll never see that. You can't contradict what the energy you putting out.
Okay, but you want to know?
You living a double life. You 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
That's
you 1 foot in the dope game and 1 foot in the fucking
So
business.
I wasn't shaking my ass. I was sitting down. I will pull this up. Darnell, make sure in the edit I'll send the video to you.
Right now?
I'll send the video to you when I was doing it. I have
it. But that's like whole behavior though. Like the whole premise of the song is whole behavior, right?
The premise of the song is whole behavior, but it's not.
Let's see.
I'm gonna show you the video. I'm gonna show you the video.
You know what you was giving?
I wasn't. I remember you said something to me. You DM'd me about that. I remember you did, but I'm not a hoe.
No, let's see what the video. I gotta see the video. She shaking ass up.
I'm not. I never shake ass in the video. I swear to God, that's on my father's life. I'll pull it up. I never shake ass. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
I didn't want to disrupt the
No, I'm gonna find it. Watch. I'm gonna find it.
You ain't seen that, John?
No, I ain't seen it.
Right here. Look, this was it.
All right, let me
Young Miami. I don't have the video, but look, she posted it, and I was sitting like this.
Where's the video?
I was sitting down.
She wasn't doing nothing to get reposted, right?
I was sitting down like this. Spend that shit. Spend that shit, nigga. Spend that shit.
Where's the video?
All right, let me try to see if I can find that video.
Nah, that's cool, you know.
Nah, because I need to find it because
it's false
advertising. If it's twerking,
I would never twerk on the internet.
She wasn't twerking. I'm bullshitting.
It was never twerking.
She wasn't twerking.
If it's twerking, then that's like, okay, that's thirst trapping.
It was never twerking. I'm trying to find it.
You did the Lil Kim one too?
The Little Kim. She did do the Little Kim. I was that song.
That's the wrong message.
This is me. This is the video, nigga. This
is the video.
That's the video.
That's a hoe.
That's a hoe. That's the whole video.
It's the wrong messaging.
That's a hoe.
She liked the song.
Like, come on, Paul.
But what you saying though?
I'm just singing a song that I like.
I don't even know
the words about the song.
That's all I did. That's crazy to you?
That ain't crazy. That ain't crazy. This right here, because this girl's going in on that song.
I would never shake my ass in no video. I would never even show my.
So as you see it there, Truth After Dark, shout out to Hitmaker. Hitmaker is the perfect example of rebranding that Classic talks about. He definitely rebranded himself and did a great job at it. One of the best producers out there for sure. What is your thoughts about this, Ray?
It's a bop. You know, it's got a beat. Of course, a lot of people are not out there listening to the words and what it's promoting and whatnot. A lot of people hear that, spend that, and they out here spending. They want to spend money, you know. Of course, I mean, people out here promoting it. I mean, and it's talking about scamming, and it's talking about, you know, I mean, it could have been innocent in its own way, but when you're a public figure, it could be, what kind of message are you really sending type deal? I mean, because if I were probably sitting in a establishment that was playing a song, I might be over there, you know, bopping my head to it, you know, but I'm not living that lifestyle either. So I don't know. Whenever you're a popular person, entertainer, celeb, and you promote these type of things, then you got to look at the kind of image you portraying. You know what I'm saying? It's, what you got?
Before I talk about that, me and man, I love when we agree. Me and Classic on the same page. I'm telling y'all right now, dog. First of all, Paul was in his feelings at first. I ain't never seen a man so adamant to see the video that he ain't seen already. Man, let me see it. Let me see it. Hey, man, put it up. Put it up. Let me see. And then she turns around to ask for his validation. That wasn't bad, wasn't it? Some people just either need to say what you are or stop or be careful. Like, cause that gave a lot of different things.
And they coordinated. They coordinated.
Yes. Yeah. And then Hitmaker hit and like Hitmaker threw a lot of phrases that offended her.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't trying to defend her actions. She was trying to defend the words. Like, I'm not a 304. Yeah. I ain't had my butt in the air. I wasn't twerking. Like, she is who she is. And like I said, if men just listen, be careful. Don't let that little Blasian or whatever her race is, don't let that long hair fool you. Persian. Don't let that fool you. They will tell you everything about them if you just pay attention. And I said Young Bird, he put Young Bird in the chat. Hitmaker said it exactly. You sell one thing, but you're promoting another.
Yeah.
Like, you sell one thing, but you're promoting another. You see that a lot with women. I think Classic brought it up before about you can just look at a woman's like Instagram, right? If she posting like half naked pictures or always in bathing suits and stuff,
looking over the back.
Yeah, that tells you who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not going to change that. Like, you're walking into that situation saying that you're going to accept what you walked into. And I know a lot of you are like, why are they showing this? Because it's the same thing that couple we just watched did.
Yeah.
The woman that showed him who she was and what she wanted to do by going to college and pursuing her education. He thought he can force change in her by providing her everything. Mm-hmm. The whole time he talked to her, it was all about, what, you got everything. You got everything. What you think the monetary and the physical things mean to people? You got everything. You got everything. In your opinion, she has everything. And I think it's the same for her. I think it's the same for her. Like, she preaches all these things on the Truth After Dark. She act like she has everything, but she's seeking something totally different. And Classic called it. Classic called it. He's in her DMs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all finish it up real quick. We're gonna finish it up. So it's a lot here, you know what I mean?
But no, they asked me to do.
Let's clear it up because they might clip this up. No,
they asked me to do.
Let's clear it up because they might clip this up. I love Miami. I work with Miami. We got a lot of shit going. My friends and my producer friends did this song. It's not about the song at all. What I'm saying is, tell me, please. If you're preaching a certain message and then you're living and you're doing that, you're projecting on your social media.
I'm hearing what he's saying.
I think that's mad confusing. It ain't about how you carry that, what you're doing. Okay. If you running around here and you stepping like on some shit, like you
spin that shit.
Yeah,
what it's
like what you mean?
Okay,
that's
so
wait, I ain't heard the song all the way, but what's
you have heard it? We sing it all the time. Where the scam?
Well, I only know the spin part.
So let me say this. I don't disagree with you. Mm-hmm. I can be held accountable for where that can look a certain way.
Would you let your man check you on that? Like,
yeah, I would. If he told me to take it down, I would take it down. Okay. I'll never not take it.
Hey, Paul, slow down before you get on the show, dog. Don't show everybody all that sniffing.
It down. If my man told me to take anything down, I will. I never looked at it in that way, but I can understand where you're coming from, and I see that. I was just singing the song. To be honest with you, I really like the song. I think it's a vibe. I think it's hitting. I think it's like, spell that shit. And I like it. And that's where it came from. But I do understand and respect what you're saying.
Yeah, so you Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. You got
I gotta hold myself to a higher standard and not do shit like that. And in my defense, the reason you comment on it is because you never see me do no shit like that ever before.
That's why I was so triggering. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I get that. And I have to hold myself to a certain standard as a woman, especially if I'm trying to be a certain role model for other women. So I understand that. I respect you and thank you for calling me out because I can always do better.
On the real, I get it down. That makes sense.
I can always do better. I understand that. Now, I'll never twerk on the internet, but I understand what the messaging looks like. So I feel you. I could be checked. I could be coached. I could be understood.
Okay.
I could understand shit.
Right, let's go.
I can understand shit. Not for real.
So as you see there, he even called her bae. I don't know. Maybe the men will pick up on the conversations, but even Paul had enough of the conversation. I don't think people be picking up on the nonverbals of people. All that.
He just got bad. No,
He just trying to see how long y'all gonna keep this flirting running right in front of me.
She was so defensive, but then she turned around and said she's open to being coached and she's open to being corrected and whatnot. But she was so defensive
because she was perfect in the chat. Once Hitmaker said, "Would you be open to it?" Of course, she's gonna say yes. She's attracted to him. She's answering from a level of attraction. If she was having that with her homegirl, because I'm sure her homegirls called her out. Girl, you let that man sit up there and tell you what you were doing was inappropriate. Girl, you just liking the song. Blah blah blah. Now y'all know I just had to do that for Paul. You know, Paul be respect the men. Blah blah blah. Like, yeah, like she. Telling you, man. But I think it was a good point made by him. You know, I don't always try to focus on the messengers. I try to focus on the message because it was a very good message he sent there. Like, we have a ton of people who are sending out certain messages and then living a whole different life.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That boy.
But they make it so obvious now, though. At first, it wasn't as obvious as it was initially, but it's real obvious now. So
he in love with the go. You want to read these?
Sure. Time says, souls, how many young brothers you think can do what you do without being emotional? The majority of men grow up with their mother and they learn more emotional than logical. Souls times 25%. Also, you answered 25%.
Yeah.
Bridget was laughing. Uncle Plus said that boy Hitmaker a player for sure. Oh yeah, he said that. He said something else in there I wanted to talk about. We can talk about that another time.
We can put it up. Yeah, if it's in the same video.
Yeah, it's in the same video.
Okay, we'll play it. Yeah, we got time.
I don't know the minute mark though. I think it's in the beginning if I'm not mistaken. But
okay.
If we got time, then we can. Yeah. Ted said, "This is why I prefer women who like being submissive and only look for a man to be dominant." What you mean by only look for a man to be dominant? Are you? Can you start that? We can go back to it. Penny said there is a violation if she was out there on film. So she can do it in the privacy of her own home, but don't post it. Penny said, no, she for the streets. Uncle Plus said, Azar does not respect men at all. She is very vocal. Tom says she's a hypocrite.
I like how you did that, Ray, just in case,
Uncle Plug says she will attract a peon or remain single. She's sitting next to him, Plug.
Yep.
Penny said the
degradation
of women is happening before our eyes. He's speaking Bible. Tez down said Luzar hates men. I'm convinced she never stops ever. Some of her point of views I'm not fond of. Uncle Plus said her tone is always defensive and aggressive, very, very outspoken. Penny says she tries to get the purse strings cut from Paul. Plug says she loves to be heard. I can agree. Ted said these kind of being dominant then complain that there are no real men left. No shouting. They just leave you alone and steer clear. Classic said she just admitted that he and her DM. Yeah. Classic said, yikes. Penny said, India, I reset it. She did. She did a response to it. Classic said, Paul need to watch this chick. She care what this dude thinks a little too much for on phone now.
Yes, we caught it.
And Richard said, I swore that sounded like Young Bird. That is Young Bird. Hitmaker and Young Bird, same person. Penny says standards got to come before a box because now you have little girls looking up to that as the death of a woman, public figure, or mom. Not cool. Time said now she wants to validate what she's doing, and what Young Berg is saying is absolutely correct because nobody's going to take you seriously if you want to spend that dance, whatever that is just called. Time said it's trash. Bridget said, I hope guys know women saying they virgins now, talking about they started life over.
Completely over.
Maria said, I can't really speak on this one because I've never heard the song. This shows a lot of insecurity. Penny said she looked back to see if she still get an allowance in front of the boss. She did. She did. Penny said she got caught with them TikTok receipts. They be telling on themselves thinking it's fun and games. He also says, so questioning souls, are we not finding wives in college? Are they already out the vision from the jump?
I don't know, brother. Oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to think on that one. I can't even give you a quick response. I don't even want to lie to you. I'm gonna come back to you, Penny.
Richard said, wow, sniffling.
Yes.
Sniffling. Soul's joking, but that serious rich drugs.
Yeah, you already know. You know he got that love. But I don't want to talk about my boy like that. I'll let Paul live today.
Penny says, so is your guy really your friend if he and your girls DM Insta TikTok?
Yeah, tell him, Penny.
Muriel said, exactly. Why is he in your DMs and who is she asking to coach her?
Well, all my scammers, yeah.
Richard said, oh, he wasn't taking drugs, but I'm serious. How they sniffing in California? Ted said, gentlemen, there are women out here who don't put you through this. Find them. Class said, Paul handled that, so player. Salute to Paul. I would have crashed, y'all.
You would have crashed, Classic? What would have made you crash, Clad?
Penny says, side dude applications are available. Submit now. No Ego said, I stopped watching Truth After Dark because Paul and Azar have no chemistry. The power struggle. Every episode, and Azar is simple-minded. Ted said, dating for status will always lead you to this fork in the road. Ted said, Rain, you wouldn't understand. Okay, all right, Ted. That's probably why I questioned it, because Penny said, yeah, I don't have a problem with her spinning at the club for her man eyes only. Spinning at the crib. I said club, crib. Richard said, I like dominant women. I get around that. To be honest, women don't even like men. Oh, Richard, look, you like dominant women? Wait a minute, wait. That's different to hear from a man for real. Okay, Richard. No Ego said, yeah, at home for your man is cool, but posting it, if you're trying to PHK, the algorithm dirty work. What is PHK?
I think it's like another form of like trying to push your show into the algorithm or get yourself out there.
Get yourself out there. Push the algorithm, like doing the trend so you get mixed into the trend. Okay, a trend. Classic said, Tez wants a woman that does not want to have any say-so. Most women want to be submissive with a voice. Ted said, yes, he just changed his name. Ted said, I prefer my women without the want or desire for say-so. Makes my life easier. So Ted, you want to mute? Somebody just say, okay, whatever you like. Ted said, mine feel good when they servicing up 25 assists while I get at least 50 points on buckets. Penny said, Paul just sniffing from ash in the air from the fire still. I said allergies. Richard said, I think marriage is becoming outdated right now. It's people who will fall for it still. Penny said, I'll take strong but submissive for please.
For pleasure, probably.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Classic said, Hitmaker sees us matching clothes and he's flirting. Hitmaker sees us in matching clothes and he's flirting in front of me. You trying me, bro? 16.
Hey, class, you said you getting ready for Sadie Hawkins. Y'all dressed alike. And you think this ain't my woman and we dressed alike, same color tone?
Coordinated.
Yeah, coordinated.
They coordinated.
For sure. He said dominant women are really submissive. So
Ted said, hey, sexy lazy lady, it was nice to know you, but I gotta move on. Young hit. Oh, okay. Young hit bird maker. Yeah.
Awesome. Did you want to see that one part before we close out the show?
I don't know what
was the statement? Do you know the statement though?
That so he was saying that one, he's always on all these podcasts that he's been going on lately, he's saying that he doesn't want to get married. Okay. Two, most likely he will always need more than one woman. And for a woman to expect him not to see other women while he's gone for 4 weeks at a time type deal. It's in the very beginning.
We can do that tomorrow night. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow night. That's for I see what you're talking. You talking about the the never getting married part.
Yeah.
We'll do we'll save it for him on we'll do it on No Middleman tomorrow.
Cool bean, that sounds good.
Yeah. Very good show for them though. Hitmaker made that show very good. No Ego that I messaged Paul months ago suggesting he should replace Azar, get someone on the show with a professional background in dating and relationships. They ain't gonna listen to us. Penny said, hope he don't get slapped like bodybuilder did the boxer for the disrespect. Class says she can't talk, just no major decision making. I understand what you mean, Tez. Rain went to the extreme, of course. Rain said more on the topic. Says all I need to know. But we appreciate y'all tonight, man. We appreciate y'all tonight. Great show, man. We'll be celebrating all week. Y'all know we hit our 1-year anniversary of No Middleman on Wednesday, the 1st of July. So we hit our year mark. So we're gonna be celebrating all week, man. We appreciate y'all. Any support in the super chats, all that will go far. We appreciate everybody who continues to tune in with us, man, and support the channel. More to come for sure. But you guys should see us tomorrow night on No Middleman, myself, Soft Rain, and then Uncle Plug from Uncle Plug TV. Make sure y'all go check out Soft Rain. Soft Rain did go live earlier today around it would have been almost 2 Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
And 3 her time on the East Coast. Make sure y'all go tune in there. Make sure y'all go tune in to Uncle Plug's story time from this morning. And then go rewatch the fight commentary from Classic Codes from Classic Code Sports. When we was watching the fight, when we was watching the fight at Plug's spot, that's what Plug was listening to for the commentary during the fight. So great commentary there. He said, "What's the link to your page, Rain?" We'll get it for you. I'll get it for you. I got you.
You got it.
So, yeah, I'll get it for you. And then what else we got? We got Classic Codes. Then also Tez down, man. Shout out to Tez again for the 28,000 views on Saturday on July. Great segment there. Keep up.
They've been doing some interesting shows at night too, with the Red Room and the Nightcap collaboration. The last one was wow.
Yeah.
Interesting conversation, y'all.
I like the couple that came up. This is Rain right here, y'all. No Ego, that's Rain right there in the chat.
Yeah,
that'll actually take you to her show today.
Yeah. If you go No Ego, if you go over to Soul's page and look at some of the collaborations, you can click on some of those and my name will pop up then and it'll be on here later on. It takes a little while for the collaboration to come through. So.
Yeah. He said, good show, guys. Good info. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate you too, big dog. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah.
Make sure you go catch me and Plug. Rewatch our sports show. You'll like it. We talked about all the trades. We talked about Brandon Aku. We talked about Pac-Man Jones, Mac Jones. So make sure you go check everything out, man.
Sports show on Earth.
ERF. Penny said, great show, man. Appreciate you.
Penny. Yeah.
He said he got it. So Tap in with everybody. Let me put it on the stream before we go. No ego. We got a whole squad, man. Let me get it on the stream for you before we go, man. Gotta do. I don't have it on this. Changing the different things.
Yeah.
I don't have it. But we have a whole squad, man. Classic Codes and Tez Down. You've seen them in the chat. No ego. They both are part of the Raw Society Coalition as well. So you can tap in with their channels as well. I can get you those real quick. I'm gonna put them in the chat.
Probably go to the Raw Society Coalition page. I always send folks over there because it has everybody listed. So
you got anything for them?
No, I can close us out if you want me to. You want me to close us out?
Yeah, do your thing. Do your thing.
All right, y'all. That's another conversation from same soil, different roots, different perspectives, different life experiences, but all rooted in something real. So from me, Soft Rain, and from Souls, we appreciate everybody who pulled up tonight, shared their perspective, and allowed space for honest conversation. Whether you agreed, disagreed, or somewhere in between, the goal was to never talk over each other, but to understand each other just a little bit better. So make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Share it with somebody who likes good conversation. And keep the conversation going in the comments if you are catching this on the rewatch. And remember, even when we come from the same soil, our roots can still grow differently. So y'all have a good evening. And Souls put everybody and everything in the chat for y'all. The links in the chat.
Everybody got a headline. Everybody got a side. Everybody got a verdict before they looked inside. Yesterday you wore a halo. Today they paint you black. Funny how the loudest voices never wanna take it back. A father's just a father. A son is still a son. Love don't stop existing when the cameras start to run. Truth don't move on feelings. It don't bend with the crowd. Sometimes silence speaks the loudest when opinions get too loud. Maybe we all see the world through the scars we've earned. Maybe every bridge we cross left another lesson learned. Before you build a villain, make sure you read the whole page. 'Cause every story got another window. Every picture got another frame. One man's hero is another's lesson. Nothing ever stays the same. Before you judge what you don't understand, walk 'em out where they've been standing. Sometimes love wears a face you never knew. Sometimes the truth needs another point of view. Spotlight loves the conflict. The comments feed the flame, turning real life families into somebody else's game. One interview can change it. One sentence shifts the tide. Now everybody's asking what was hidden all this time. Maybe strength ain't always shouting. Maybe grace is letting go. Maybe healing starts the moment you admit what you don't know. Don't make me your hero. Don't make me your blame. We're all carrying pieces of a story with no frame. If the truth keeps unfolding, will your heart still stay the same, or will you only love the virgin that protects your favorite name? Every story got another window. Every picture got another frame. Truth keeps knocking it. Yeah. Deep-rooted conversations. Real talk. Real roots. Real us. Souls. Soft rain, no middleman between the truth. I can see it in your eyes, you got it. Pain got your heart moving cautious. Different worlds but the same kind of scars hit. Different roads but somehow we still crossed it. Mad 'cause the world never listened right. Mad 'cause your truth always turned to fights. But every time you speak I hear the hurt inside. And every time I talk I'm trying to heal the